Hey you guys, it's Friday and look, it's a proper video filmed on my proper camera and everything. Feels special. So this week I was kind of confused about the theme at first, but I kind of got the idea, although only two of us have done it so far. So right now we're in the middle of a very confused story about crows and a bank with broken beaks and a smelly fairy. So I've actually only got 4 books near me, so I'm going to grab a 5th one. Give me a second till I grab a 5th book. A 5th book, and it's going to be the Encyclopedia of Dinosaurs and Other Prehistoric Creatures, because let's be honest, that is the best book. Okay, so I'm not quite sure how the page numbering goes. I can't really remember how John did it, so I'm just going to pick pages at random and see what happens. Random is fun. Okay, so let's go for this page and vegetation. So we'll get vegetation. Next book, The Casual Vacancy by J.K. Rowling. Vegetation. Keyring. It's hyphenated. It's all one word. Shut up. The next book, Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children. Vegetation keyring. Down. Vegetation keyring down. The Road by Cormac McCarthy is next. Hoping for a really poetic word. I love the way he writes. That one. Boy. Great. Vegetation keyring down boy. That sounds like the tags for a very questionable YouTube video. Vegetation keyring down boy. Oh, this book's The Hobbit, by the way. That one. Shooting. So, vegetation keyring down boy shooting sounds like tags for a very questionable YouTube video. But here we go. Either way, YOLO. So, what was her name? Christina the fairy, who had forgotten to bathe and therefore scared away all the attendants of the meeting to raise awareness for broken beaks, was so smelly and unbathed that vegetation began to grow wildly from her armpits, growing out for miles and miles and miles, and it began swallowing up everything in sight, and it even swallowed up Larry the Crow's favourite keyring. The vegetation had everyone so down that they all decided to band together to stop the vegetation growing wildly from Christina the fairy's armpits. So as the mushrooms grew and spread everywhere, the people from the bank, the crows, Christina the fairy herself, who was kind of stuck in place by this point, but she was rooting for them in spirit, and Larry and all that, they all banded together. What was my words? Vegetation keyring down boy. They all banded together and decided to stop the vegetation. So Larry and the crows would peck at the mushrooms, and the bank people would trample on as many flowers as possible, and Christina would sit there and be like, "Go guys, you guys are awesome." She's like the useless character that really does anything. And then a young boy showed up, and he was holding in his hand a teddy bear, and he ripped the teddy bear's head off, and inside was a bunch of nuclear waste, which he proceeded to pour all over Christina the fairy, and the vegetation rotted away from its roots in her armpits. And then, as the vegetation disappeared, tons of flowers came shooting into the sky, and everyone lived happy ever after in a giant forest made of flowers, but without vegetation suffocating everything. And there was banks, and the crows were happy, and Larry's beak was magically fixed by Christina the fairy, who got out of the trap, and it was good. So that's been this week. It was weird. Next week will be a different week, probably, unless we hit some sort of time paradox. Bye guys!